live. Just need to share it in the groupses. Welcome everybody to Con Culture Podcast. Give us a sec here while we let everybody know we're live.
We're live?
Oh, we're so live, Trey.
Like.
We are alive.
Ba-ba-bee, ba-bee, ba-ba.
Right now.
Ba-ba-bee, ba-bee, ba-ba.
If anybody knows where that's from, they will now have it stuck in their head for the remainder of the day. Yep.
That's a hard note.
Yep. Sharing it, sharing it, sharing it, sharing it.
What is that noise?
The
You
noise.
hear that?
It's freaking Vector.
It's
Is it?
agents coming to kill me. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, it is
Agent?
agent coming to kill you.
Agents.
Agents.
They're probably gonna come burn down your studio.
Mm-hmm.
You know who sent them?
That no good G.G. Baskins. That's who sent them.
I can assure you that's the truth. That is the truth.
The woman is obsessed with me.
Completely obsessed with you.
I don't understand it.
All right. Sharing. Everything's up now. Oh, I got the Rona. Oh no.
You got the Rona?
Totally do. I'm pretty protected now with my messy mermaid mask, so should be good.
Ah,
All right, guys.
it's made a real mermaid.
It's made of real mermaid. It helps filter out everything because of the real mermaidness that we got on there.
It's for all the Rona.
All the Rona gets taken care of. All right, so sharing everything. We should be good to go. We are live.
How's our audio
Audio's
sounding?
clean.
It sounds really weird. That's what I was just
Yeah?
listening to. Yeah, it's really just like you can't tell. I can hear it,
It's like
No.
a dolphin.
and
Yeah.
I think because I have it like in my ears, I can hear it clearer.
No, I hear it.
But it's there.
I hear it pretty clear. Is it your Apple? Is it your iMac?
Hey,
I think you got iMac issues, man. Issues with your mac and cheese. Alright, checking, looking around. No?
The live has got a lag.
Yeah, the
little
live
lag.
detected the last 2 minutes. Actually, yeah, I'm getting a little warning here. Got you, man. Got you. Catch up. Alright, that should stabilize.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. We're Con Culture Podcast.
I'm living
Don't
for these
listen to her.
cosplays, I gotta
The
say.
woman is
Levi's
great.
in the building! Levi asks, is that the Tiger King? Tiger Daddy?
It's Trey Exotic,
Trey Exotic,
I
our
am
Lord and
Tiger.
Savior.
the Tiger Prince.
The Tiger Prince. That hit single here, kitty.
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah,
shit.
just one kitty.
Just one. Not all the kitties, just one kitty. That's all we need. Yeah. All right, guys. So we got topics to talk about this week. Let's get into the topics. Let's see. First one. Story I'm actually super pumped and super excited about. Who is that? Dylan. No cool cats or kittens. What are you talking about?
We don't need cool cats and kittens. We just need big cats. That's all we need.
Just big cats capable of eating G.G. Baskins.
Yes. After we rubber and sardine oil.
I actually just saw a meme where I don't know how authentic it is, but it said, "I look forward to loving him for the rest of his life." And it's a picture of Carol Baskins and her husband.
I love all the TikToks.
And
Like,
it's like,
your husband doesn't wash the dishes. You're like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I know how this is about to go, and they like change into Carol Baskin.
They like face more. Yeah. Those are funny.
Yes.
Oh man. At Brittany, you look fucking epic. Levi says. Agreed.
Hey, thanks.
That's Brittany Lowe.
Pretty low.
Brittany
Don't steal
Lowe.
my zoo.
All right,
So I
y'all.
was like, I know how.
My nose.
So, first topic we are going to talk about. Hey, Sergio, Con Culture Podcast for Life. Thank you, sir. Dr. Raimi Strange. Doctor Strange has been without a director, but it is without a director no more. Brandon Mummy said that bitch Carol Baskins. Yeah, it was probably her who got the director.
Don't get me started about that bitch, Carol Baskins.
Yeah, it was probably her fault that the original director dropped from Doctor Strange. But it's okay. Raimi fans, Sam Raimi is coming to the rescue of Doctor Strange and will be the new director. It is confirmed he is directing Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, which is a movie I was already excited about to begin with. But now to have Sam Raimi attached to it, I think it's going to be pretty dope. As long as he stays away from the disco dance scenes of Spider-Man 3.
What
should
if
be
he
good.
does it and like makes fun of himself?
I think they should include those.
I think it should start, and then somebody should be like, no, we don't do that here. or
Like,
or
what are you
one of the
doing?
Right out the gate, Doctor
multiverses.
Strange.
Yeah, because when did that movie, the Spider-Man 3, come out? Was that in 2000?
5 or 6, I think.
You're
Yeah,
asking.
Google search.
He could do it, and they'd be like, that hasn't been done since 2006. Like, yeah, that's something like silly like
I
that.
think it would be dope if they're traveling through multiverses and they literally pop into that multiverse with him doing the dance down the sidewalk, and he's just like, oh no, into the next multiverse. That would fuck. I
so
would die.
would they use the clip, or would they use Tobey Maguire?
Toby. Have Toby do it again.
I would
Toby
love to
come
have
back?
Toby. Yeah, I would die if Toby's in it again. That would make my whole day. But no, I think Toby and Raimi are going to push dark scenes to the limit. I hope so.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Benedict Cumberbatch is an amazing actor, so I think really with any director he would have shined, but with the Sam Raimi and the horror background, I think we're going to get a really good, because that's the angle they're going for this movie. And I think they're going to nail it, and it's going to be a nice horror film. Marvel's first horror film, because we're never getting New Mutants ever. It's just never going to come out. It was about to come out. It would be waiting for 3 years, and then the Rona hit, and that got pushed back. Just put it on Disney Plus, man. Just put it out
Exactly.
already.
I heard today, what is the new Disney film coming out? Is it Soul? Is that
Soul got pushed
The
back.
Pixar one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
to,
Pixar
to
got pushed
November
back.
or something?
Mm-hmm.
So sad.
Yeah, it is very sad.
Everything's getting pushed back.
2020's canceled.
Yeah, we're just
So-
going to cancel 2020, really.
So
I saw this funny TikTok where it was like, who else was like this? And then it was like the picture of like an empty street or whatever. And then on this side, it was like somebody put text and it said 2019. And then on this side, it had 2020. And it was like, then he ran across the screen from 2019 to 2020 and then ran back to 2019. And it was like the, oh, no. Like, audio where it was like, this is everybody running to 2020 and then no.
That's hilarious.
So true.
Yeah, no, 2020 has just not been a good one so far. So maybe we turn it around in the second half. Maybe we have a strong finish, guys. I'm
Maybe this
optimistic.
is
comeback
like-
story.
The earth and the universe telling us like, hey, everybody, just like take a chill pill
Yeah, everybody just chillax. Calm down.
and like, let's let the earth heal because pollution has gone significantly down.
We have dolphins. I saw Godzilla swimming in Japan.
Heck yeah.
Recovery is great.
Mothra came out. It was great.
No, but back to the Raimi Strange. I think it's going to be an awesome film. I'm excited as fuck about it. I can't wait. Hopefully we get some more news. Of course, everything's delayed. Productions across the board are delayed. everything got pushed back, so we won't be getting this movie. I believe it's until 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I don't have to guess. It's November 5th, 2021 is when we're going to be able to see Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So
Wow.
that's a big ass cup tray, Exotic.
Hey,
That looks good. So, also in other Marvel news, Shield, Agents of Shield are having their last season. So I think I'm the only one on the cast who's actually kept up with the series.
I've never watched it.
You've never oh my God, you are missing out, madam.
I never had time, but now I got time.
Yeah, you got time. You're missing out because I think it's one of the greatest Ghost Riders I've ever seen in Robbie Reyes. Mwah, is such a good Ghost Rider in that series.
I want him back on the big screen though.
I do too. And there was plans to get him his own series on Hulu, but that kind of fell through now with Marvel Studios now taking over the TV and the movies. But I think we'll get some. I honestly think we'll get some back. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to read the comments here.
Where is Shield streaming?
Shield streams on Netflix actually, or it did.
Oh, cool.
Not sure if it's on
It
there
did
now.
for a while.
If not,
I'll have
Disney
to-
Plus might have it.
I have to
check
give it a
now.
try. I've been wanting to watch it. One of my good friends loves Shield, and
love
she's always
Agents of
trying to
S.H.I.E.L.D..
get me.
They have good arcs.
I'll
They
give
really
it a
do have
try.
good arcs. And smaller heroes like Lady Sif from the
Yeah.
Thor films. She cameos in there. You have a Nick Fury cameo in there. So it is still tied to the universe in the films. It's just
Is Samuel L. Jackson playing Nick Fury?
yeah, he only
Cool.
comes in on season 1 and then you don't see him anymore. But then again, you don't see him really in the cinematic universe again until
No.
Spider-Man. So he's mentioned. It's all interconnected. Now they're in space, so they took it somewhere else in this last season. So maybe they're going to join up and become SWORD instead of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because now Nick Fury's in space with SWORD. It's all Marvel nerd stuff. You really got to be deep into the comics to know what's coming next. Yes, bring back Ghost Rider, bro. I 100% agree. He was such a great actor. And Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, I really like. I love Johnny Cage, but Robbie Reyes was fucking dope. He was really dope. Now, in some controversial news, Ezra Miller is fighting for his job.
I hope
As
they
he
write him
should
out.
be.
Yeah, you don't get to choke a fan of yours, because there was like talk of where they were like, oh, was it a joke or not, whatever, but then it came out that like it wasn't a joke. He had to be escorted off the premises, and like yeah,
Come on, Credence.
it's just
Yeah.
like stupid. They should write him out, honestly. That's so like his career is over.
Grant
Who
Gustin.
you want to work for?
Just recast him. Cast somebody else. You don't have to. You can't write the Flash out of the Justice League story,
Yeah.
but you can do like a, I don't know, like a reverse, like was it a Flashpoint or whatever, and just have him recasted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just make it Grant
Problem
Gustin.
solved.
You already threw Ezra Miller into Grant Gustin's Flash TV
Bring
universe.
him in. Bring him in.
Just bring Grant
my favorite
Gustin into the
Flash.
cinematic universe, and we have
Oh.
a much more popular Flash.
Is
Yeah,
that the name
definitely.
of the actor who plays on the TV one?
Yeah, that's Grant
He's
Gustin.
so good.
He's an
Yeah,
amazing
he should have
Flash.
been in it to begin with.
Dylan, what is your problem with Grant Gustin? He is a far superior Flash to Ezra Miller, and nobody can convince me otherwise. You could write out Barry Allen, bro, but I don't think it'll go well. I think he
I
really
lost
My
all
Flash.
respect for Ezra.
he's a
Mm-mm.
good comedic relief. But
And
yeah,
that's
it
why
did
He's got anger issues. He needs like maybe some counseling or something before he should just do any film, not just Justice League, but any film in
Yeah.
general.
yeah. Good point,
I
Dylan.
hope this is a learning experience for him, where it's like, hey, sometimes you do dumb things and you hurt somebody else, and then you end up hurting yourself in the long run. Like, it's not worth it. You don't get to choke somebody and then keep your job. Like,
Now, granted,
unless your job is to choke somebody.
I mean, but my part is like, okay, obviously the fan was being really, really pushy, and he goes to this bar frequently. Like, where's his security? Like, where's somebody that, I don't know, puts him in an area where he's not going to be bothered?
Yeah.
Or where's the fans simply just respecting his space? But I mean, either way, his actions are not okay. But there are things that could have been prevented before he got upset. Because let's all be honest, we've all had a little tequila in us and acted out of turn, you know what I mean?
Choke the
So,
bitch.
I mean, there's been a few times where I could do that while I was drunk, but I didn't, you know what I mean? But at the same sense, is like, okay, at what point, the fact that what changed for me was the fact that there are multiple videos of him being very aggressive with fans, and that's where I was like, eh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and
Yeah, the
the
fact
fact
this
that it's
wasn't the
happening-
only time. Yo,
Yeah, it's
hold
not
on,
an
really
isolated
quick.
incident.
Somebody commented, y'all look like the redneck Game of Thrones.
The Tiger King.
Basically,
Oh, man. That's hilarious. But I'm sorry, you were saying, Gigi?
yeah, I mean, it's not an isolated incident, so yeah, I hope he gets the help that he needs.
Yeah. But I agree with my brother also, though, that people have short memories. So I don't think his career's over. I don't think this is an incident. Like, look at Chris Brown.
I don't give a fuck about Chris Brown.
You don't, but he has a huge TikTok following. His albums
Okay,
are
so
still
maybe his
top of the
career's not
charts.
over, but he just lost a bunch of supporters and followers.
I think he made up
Yeah.
for them. I honestly think there's a whole generation that doesn't even know what happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so and same thing with RDJ when they said he was done, an alcoholic, a druggie. Like, people love a comeback story. We really do.
Yeah, but also Ezra
He has not
Miller's
made a
not
public
good.
apology yet.
Yeah, no, because Ezra Miller is a crappy person. Like
He seems crabby.
He acts like a child. He throws tantrums. So he, of course, is not going to come out because they're afraid of what he's going to say if he comes out.
Yeah.
Because they could be like, okay, say what is on this paper. Say what's on the paper, and he's going to get up there and be like, that's how he is.
That was like a perfect Ezra Miller impersonation. I gotta say.
I mean,
Someone said that both of these people need to go from comic book universe in general. Amber Heard and Ezra Miller.
I'm agreeing.
Yeah.
I'm 100%
Agreed.
agreeing with that. Levi said he can't focus with Tiger Daddy Trey Grunt on the screen. It's just too much.
Sorry. I'm
too
sorry.
sexy.
Okay.
It's too sexy. It's overwhelming.
Let me live.
Yeah.
I think
Look
it's
at what? Baby, he slapped a girl and is still fine. Yeah. There's a lot of people, unfortunately, that have, like, Dr. Dre choked
okay,
out.
but also you can't put Ezra Miller in the same category as these people. Nobody knows who Ezra Miller is. Nobody gives a crap about Ezra Miller. He was Credence in freaking Crimes of Grindelwald and freaking Fantastic Beasts. Nobody gives a crap about him.
True.
Like,
He
that's
could
what I'm
easily be
saying.
blackballed and just pushed out.
But he became in the Flash. He became a hero to little kids, and then you choking out people who are fans of your child, of like a hero. That's where you draw the line. When you take the image of you being a hero to being aggressive is where the problem became. Because if it was
Explain that
just
to your
like
kid.
somebody, my son is the biggest Flash fan. I have no idea what to tell him.
Yeah.
Flash ran out of existence.
Just wait for a new Flash to come and then be like, hey, here's a new Flash. He's not a piece of crap.
I preach Gustin too. I preach the TV one to him more. I'm like, that is the Flash.
Grant
Like this
Gustin
other
is
guy-
such a sweet dude too. Such a sweet dude. I was looking forward to try to meet him at the cons, but well, there's no cons going on now.
Cancel.
Nobody. Nothing. And it don't look like we're gonna be conning anytime soon.
No.
So
What, now it's like getting pushed back where it's like there's talk about July, like past July?
yeah, July,
Won't
August now.
It won't stop until people actually take it seriously and stay the fuck home. I literally, in a week, in my neighborhood, and mind you, I haven't left my house. I've seen my neighbors throw parties. Literally, my neighbor just over, she's got a whole family in town, like 3 cars, different cars. I'm like,
call the
what the
cops.
fuck are you doing?
Call the cops.
Bear County doesn't do anything.
You call the sheriff, they'll go over. They're issuing citations. So, but you got to call the sheriff. No,
I
yeah,
got
I'm the
pissed.
same. I saw a lot of people on my Facebook feed of like pictures at families' houses and barbecues, and I'm like,
What are you doing?
My poor kids are just hollering at the neighbors from across the fence because they're just so tired of seeing us. And I'm like, come on! I feel like a kid in preschool. Like, will you all stop being good so we can have playground time? Like,
that's a really good description. That's an apt description of it. It really feels that way. Like, I just want to go outside again, guys. Jeez. So,
Nobody takes it seriously. Big conspiracy.
it's 5G. It's the 5G.
Fuck. If I see one post about these fucking 5G towers, I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah, for
I don't
anyone who
even know what
believes that,
should.
just please look up Professor Stick on YouTube. My son watches him. He's beautiful. All he does is debunk YouTube conspiracy theories with animations of a stick figure, and he's glorious. I love it so much. It was so funny. We were watching the Corona was caused by 5G one. Ugh, almost died. Almost peed. I was laughing so hard.
5G? What?
Yeah, they said the rollout of 5G, the cell service, caused the coronavirus. So
I'll tell you what caused coronavirus.
You know what? The government did just confirm that the virus was actually originated at the Wuhan facility that they were all
yeah,
talking
they're
about.
they're looking into that because they were studying
It originated the Big Cat Rescue by Carol Baskins.
it there. That's just
It was
proof.
a failed attempt.
That's all
It
the
was a
proof
failed
I
attempt to
need.
kill me. It backfired.
Agreed. So, speaking of COVID, we have a recovery story. Tormund from Game of Thrones, future casted in The Witcher, has recovered from his having COVID-19. I think it was the giant's milk that did it. Can't be certain, but maybe we should
it
explore that as a
definitely
treatment.
It was the tiger blood that I sent him.
No, it was definitely the sardine oil that I sent him.
Is it even him anymore? We don't know.
Oh shit, he's dead and they just gave us a new
Tiger.
Tormund? Oh man.
He's just a White Walker now.
Oh shit. That's crazy. What we got? What
What,
YouTuber
has
was
anybody
that?
heard about like Tom Hanks or any of these other really famous celebrities that got it? Like I haven't heard any
I
like
feel like I
recoveries.
saw
Tom
that
Hanks
they
recovered and his wife recovered. They
Good,
recovered.
good.
They did come out and make some hold on. I'm trying to reply to the comment here. To Brandon.
Well, so
Professor Stick.
I mean, this is sad news, but I feel like it's definitely worth mentioning. The animator, and I can't remember her name off the top of my head, and I feel horrible about it, but the Disney animator who did Lilo and Stitch, that's like, one of the big ones that she did, passed away from COVID. So
Yeah.
watch Lilo and Stitch in remembrance of her.
also-
I mean, she's done so many
If
others,
it's the
but
same animator that you're talking about, she also designed Toothless in How to Train Your Dragon.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So if you look at Stitch and Toothless, like they're almost same style.
yeah,
There's same adorableness.
Yes.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, Pink.
So
That
watch
makes
one of
us
those.
sad.
Pink was another celebrity who had it, and people were upset because she was able to get a test for herself. So she got
Like-
herself tested, and she ended up coming out positive. People were upset that she was a celebrity, so she got a test, and she was like, "Good, you should be upset. Like, I should not be able to get this just because I'm wealthy and I know somebody." Like, so it created a huge storm of controversy. She's recovering though. Thankfully, she's okay. Her family's doing good. Because Pink is amazing. I love her as a singer. She is
Yeah.
phenomenal. As a performer, I really have to take Belinda to see her live next time. When we do live performances in 2023, when that shit comes back, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, because we're not gonna see any. I think the governor of California said no sports until 2021 in LA. So I hope you guys weren't into sports, into sprots,
Sports ball.
sports ball. Yes, Brandon Mummy, go watch that video. It's gonna be hilarious, my dude. It's a coronavirus episode. It's one of the latest ones. It's so good. So much science. I love the kid. So, speaking of new shit, transition. Final Fantasy VII Remake dropped, and people are loving it. I don't think I've seen a negative thing said about Final Fantasy VII's remake.
There's one thing that they gotta wait for part 2 now.
Yes, it did come out in parts, which I guess Rick and Morty style, which is also coming back, and I'm excited about in May. But yeah, you can get part 1 of the game, Final Fantasy VII, the remake, and I've heard nothing wrong. I've heard nothing bad about it. Brandon himself, I think, has already beaten the game.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
I did watch a live feed of just the intro, like the whole beginning sequence, and it was really pretty. It looked really good.
Rory
I was like,
has
but
it.
I gotta stop because I don't want to spoil this. So,
Right.
bye.
Yeah, Rory has it. He
Yeah.
was playing it, and I was watching him, and it's freaking
Take me
amazing.
back to the 90s, please.
Yeah, I know Brandon, who's in the chat. I know Brandon's doing live streams of the game playthrough, and Levi is literally playing it as he's watching us. So he's multitasking. He's got us on his penis more than likely, and his controller in his hand, and he's
nice.
watching us
Okay.
in the game. I know where he puts me.
Wow.
That's why. I know. I can say that because I know where Levi puts me. Right on his penis as he's playing his game. That's how he
It's
rolls.
beautiful.
Where else are you
They're
going to
like
put your phone, guys? If you're laid
know,
back
I don't-
gaming.
You can put them right on your.
You just set on top of a penis like that.
Hey, put them right on top of those. Put them on
Consent.
top of those golden nuggets.
Right.
You know, put them right on top of them.
Put them on
across
top of the
space.
golden nuggets like it's a phone stand.
Golden nuggets.
Oh,
that boy.
you haven't watched it, so you just don't get it.
I get it. It's been explained 1,000 times. The funeral scene where he was explaining the balls, the golden nuggets, and his mom. The mom
Leroy
was there.
says, "How did you know?"
The mom was there. What is wrong with him? See, Levi, I told you. I know you, boo-boo. I know you. Yeah, Brandon's doing his second playthrough of the game. He beat it over the weekend. We'll probably do a
How
super
cool.
in-depth review on that on the podcast, on the gaming podcast when we do it this month. Trey, you need to stop waving your big giant gun around, bro.
Hey, I'm paranoid. All right, people are after me.
As well you should. be.
FBI on my ass.
Hey,
Carol
funny
Baskins.
question.
Brittany Lowe.
That's all right. I'm gonna come take your tigers.
She's gonna
Okay,
take my tiger
they're
to
mine.
my zoo.
We can't have
Hey,
that.
I
Right.
have nothing to do with any of this. I don't know why he
You
keeps
don't really-
attacking
don't
me.
Listen to her.
I agree with
I-
Joe. She totally did it.
So, what up,
Oh,
Wes?
my God.
Wes is in the building. Dylan says it's a game. As a game, it's okay. As a remake, it's bad. So Dylan has a negative opinion of the game. First person I've seen, but I don't know, Dylan. I don't know if I gotta take you with a grain of salt. You do have good points on the Batman movies, the Nolan trilogy. You have very good points on there. So
I feel like Dylan has very high expectations, and they are not met very often.
good.
Like I feel like we can find something wrong with everything, but I'm like, come on, Dylan. We all waited this day for so long. It was
I
beautiful.
think
That
he
was
was upset
beautiful.
because he knew how it was gonna end.
Is
Very
it the
predictable
game?
game.
Is it the sequence like the original Final Fantasies? Like the early ones are that turn sequence? Is it because that Final Fantasy got rid of that and they kind of did like this like live action attack sequence? Like, what exactly is what you dislike? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. Levi says he disagrees entirely, completely. He loves it. Brandon says it's a fantastic game. I think that's an exact quote.
I just hope we'll get some more games like this, like some old classic games that we love that we want to see, like in 4K, pretty much.
Yeah, we got Resident
Yeah.
Evil 4 remake coming. I do think that they're going to bring back some games. Dylan says it's the story.
But isn't it a remake?
Yeah.
So shouldn't it be the same story?
Yeah, I don't think they changed
It's
the story.
different,
I don't know personally.
But same.
Different but same. So it's the same story.
Yeah,
so
Brandon,
that means
he's-
you don't like the original one
yeah.
either. Is that right?
I'm not sure. I can't say anything exactly about it because spoilers. Dylan, good. Thank you. Thank you,
fair
sir.
enough.
I'm
Fair
gonna
enough.
play through. I'm gonna play through this week, so I'm not.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna beat it in a day like Brandon, but I'm gonna play through and try my
I
best
will
not
not
to
be
suck at
playing
it.
I
anytime
don't know what
soon.
happened if
I,
any of those characters died. I don't know what I would do.
Oh, it's a remake, not a remaster. Okay, so they did change it up a bit. There's some story changes. Think Flashpoint. Oh.
Different, but same.
Nice. Dylan, have you finished it yet, though? Brandon wants to know if you finished it. Oh, I'm asking him like. I sometimes forget about the lag. I've been so used to having guests on the show that it's like, wait, he's gonna answer any second now. Not realize I'm staring at the chat. Oh my lord. Well, he'll answer in a second. And yes, he's finished it. So he's just not much for it. He's not much for the remake.
Not for everybody, I guess.
Yeah. He beat it Saturday. Well, I'm going to beat it this week, Dylan, and I'll be able to chime in on the gaming podcast. But that, folks, is it. Light News Week next week. Is it? What else we got?
I want to hear Trey's review of Tiger King. We have yet to hear it.
Now, I want to know from the viewers right now, did Carol Baskins kill her husband?
Yes.
Right.
Cast your votes, yes or no.
If you're in the chat, cast your votes.
How'd she do it?
Yes, Carol Baskins killed her husband. No, she didn't. I think she's innocent. That's just me. I think she's a sweet lady, just trying to stop these guys.
I want to know where this magical extra episode was that Netflix talked about that never came to fruition.
Right now.
I did see that TMZ released like an hour-long special about it. Not the documentary about Joe Exotic himself. But I'm like, TMZ, I mean, we could get some juicy stuff out of there. I know Dateline's doing a whole, 2-hour special or something like that about it. But I'm like, Netflix, yo, where's this episode at? Like, y'all like it.
Come on.
Yo, 100%. Yes. Everybody in the chat. Dylan says she probably ate him with the tigers.
I rest my case.
Brandon Mummy said yes. So, yeah. Trey, your review of it? Isn't that what we did last week?
Yeah.
I thought we didn't.
Yeah, we went all in last week. We spent 40 minutes on that show. Remember, y'all were explaining every scene to me. That's how they got me. Jensen got me to. I'm gonna watch episode 3 because they convinced me.
You still have it?
No, it's on the list though. It's on the list. I gotta play Final Fantasy. I gotta watch Tiger King episode 3. I got a lot of stuff, guys. I got a lot of stuff.
Did you finish Hunters?
Yes, and I fucking love Hunters. Highly recommend Hunters, guys. So, what is y'all's recommendation for that you've seen in the past week? What is your must-watch suggestion during the quarantine? We'll start with Trey, work our way back to me. It's a suckle.
Oh man. Well, I watched Doctor Sleep finally. That was a good movie. And then I watched that movie Brittany recommended to me, Underwaters, with the Kristen Stewart, and it was interesting. It was like if I tell you what it's like, it's going to spoil it for you. So just watch it, because if you tell you what's going to happen or doesn't happen, you'll ruin it. So I'll just leave it at that.
What about you, Britt? What are your suggestions? What are your quarantine suggestions?
I was gonna suggest Underwater. The only thing I can really say about that movie without revealing that movie is I don't like Kristen Stewart as an actress, but she actually did surprisingly well in this movie. And I had anxiety during this whole movie. It's very intense. Yeah, I was very oh my god, like it's a very intense movie. So if you go in knowing that, I mean, it's pretty good. It's a good story. If you know, I'm trying to do this without doing this. At the end, you'll be surprised if you know what it is.
Nice. GG?
Yeah, there were several times I'm watching just I can't breathe right now. So worked up.
I'm like, oh my god.
What about you, GG Baskins? What you got?
really, I suggest watching Schitt's Creek, the TV series. It's on Netflix. And Dairy Girls, which is also on Netflix. They're both TV shows. Dairy Girls takes place in Londonderry, Ireland, during the Irish Revolution. It's really good. It's really good. It's a little bit
like a Peaky Binkley or whatever that show is.
Peaky Blinders?
Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, that show.
Yeah,
one of the greatest shows
like,
on Netflix that it's ever made. It's amazing.
So Londonderry is this like small town in Ireland. So if anybody's ever lived in a small town, like they can relate to living in a small town. And it's just like I was explaining. So my husband's family is from a small town right outside of Beaumont, Texas. And I told them, I was like, it's just like Port Neches, but in Ireland. So it's like really funny. It's definitely like Irish humor. So if you're not into like the Monty Python and all of that, this probably isn't the type of humor for you. Mm-hmm. And then Schitt's Creek, they just finished the final season, and it's amazing, and I highly recommend those.
Nice. Mine actually is along the same vein. The English Game is it's in Victorian England. It's about the rich people who invented soccer, and they're playing against the mill workers. So there's all this kind of like political turmoil, strikes, wage cuts, but it's based around the game. I think it's based on true events. It's based around the game that had the wealthy people who created the game of soccer versus the mill workers. And it was when soccer finally kind of started morphing into a professional sport. I'm a huge fan of history. I'm a huge fan of football, so I loved it. It was awesome. The English Game, highly recommended. Great actors too, great actors. And if you want to laugh and you want a Full House type, classic Boy Meets World type of series, The Big Show is the greatest thing on Netflix for you right now. If you just want to laugh and get away from all this bullshit and this stress going on, The Big Show will save your life. It is so good. It has humor. It has great acting. It's his life after wrestling. It's The Big Show, his wife, and 3 daughters that he has. And seeing a giant masculine man try to live with 3 daughters and parent 3 daughters is hilarious. There's so much comedy in there to be had. You do get some WWE cameos. So you get some superstars making cameos on the show. I can't recommend it enough. The Big Show is one of Netflix sleeper shows. I can't wait for the next season. It's so good. What?
I don't know why I didn't. So I did watch a movie on Netflix other than The Underwater, which was not on Netflix, but it's out. Was a Code 8. It came out on Netflix.
Ooh, I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I saw the trailer.
It was pretty. It was an interesting story. It was a really interesting story. Lots of things on the storyline that aren't really answered or like given detail about. So there is some confusion there. I'd give it like out of a 5, like a 3.
Yeah, Stephen Amell, Robbie Amell. I already give it a 10. Stephen Amell can do no wrong.
I love Amell, but I think he should have had. I think the role between him and the other man should have been reversed.
Yeah,
and that was my only thing. Like I think he should have been the one with the crazy electric powers, and that guy should have been in his role because I just think Stephen Amell would have done a better job. But overall, it was pretty good. If you don't know much about that movie, it's basically just like superheroes, and they're pretty much like they have to have like when you have to like build a building, you have to have like a license agreement or whatever. Or what is that called? Where you have to have a license to build something or sell something or whatever. Yeah. They have to have those in order to use their powers. So like some of them are construction workers that are like able to like melt things, like they do a lot of welding, and then like the electric people work on all the electrician stuff, and they all work undercover because they're not allowed to use their powers because the people in the city don't like them to, because it makes them nervous. and like they're all gonna hurt them for some apparent reason.
Yeah.
So they just try to slowly weed them out. So if you don't have like a license to use your powers, you get in really big trouble for it. So it just becomes like this whole like, instead of you like hiding what you are and what you do, it's like exploring how far you can go with something, and that's kind of basically the story.
Nice.
It's called
But
Code
it
8.
was good.
Yeah, Code 8.
It was pretty. I watched it simply because Stephen Amell's in it, and I love him.
Same.
It was an intriguing movie. It's a good story. But I was a little disappointed with the ending, and I just feel like Stephen Amell would have done a better job in the lead role than the guy that played it.
Nice. So, our guest next week. I can go ahead and announce it now. Next week, we will have, and you'll see the name on the screen, Tommy Didone.
Tommy Didone.
Tommy Didone.
Comic Town.
Tommy Didone will be our guest for next week. Yes, the owner of Countdown City Comic Con, I guess you could say. Owner? Yeah, I guess I'll call him an owner. Yeah, our OG podcast mate, Tommy Didone, will be on the podcast next week. And we look forward to talking to him. He's been doing some awesome things along with a good friend of ours, Anthony, who have made some birthday wishes come true. They made them a lot more special because you can't have parties, you can't have family over, you can't celebrate the way you want to. Anthony and Tommy and some friends of theirs have been doing some awesome, awesome stuff. We can't wait to bring them on and talk to them about that. So, yeah, I'm excited for that next week. Next week, that'll be our guest. But other than that, that's it for the podcast live stream edition. We do have a secret topic that is super controversial that we can't talk about on here, but we will address in the recorded version of the podcast. So feel free to download that. But other than that, folks, thank you so much for watching. You guys got anything to say before we go?
Carol did it.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
She's guilty.
Just gonna
This
listen.
is Con Culture Podcast.
I'm gonna listen myself. Listening to myself later.
Oh, I do want to say something.
What?
All of the people on that show are shitty and deserve to be in prison.
Amen.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Amen.
All I'm gonna.
Not
all-
just Carol did it. They all fucking did it.
They're all guilty of something.
I had nothing to do with Don Lewis.
Oh, you hush, Calvin.
Not a damn
They're
thing.
they're all crazy and they're all guilty of something, whether it be murder or, and I'm including like the murder of the cubs and tigers, like that. Yeah, murder and taking advantage of animals. All of them. Every single one of them. They all deserve to be in prison.
Agreed.
So don't do that. Don't praise these people, except for Joe Exotic. So
Thank you.
that's praise Trey Exotic. All right, guys, thank y'all so much for watching the recorded version of the podcast.